Suicide in Normal is leading to troubling details about the victim's plea for help amid ongoing reports of domestic harassment and abuse. It's Monday evening. I'm Tyler Lopez.
And I'm Janice Rebholz. Police say last Wednesday, Matthew Moore murdered his ex-wife, Amy, in her home in Normal before turning the gun on himself. She was a teacher and mother of 3. And Amy is just one of 1,000 people in McLean County who experienced domestic violence in the last year. Sam Matheny explains what resources are available for those who believe they're being abused.
Tyler, Janice, even when it doesn't end in death, domestic violence happens more often than you may think in McLean County. Like you said, just last year, 1,000 people called Mid-Central Community Action's hotline looking for help. Mid-Central Community Action is the agency that works with the county to provide domestic violence support services. Just last year, 500 people stayed at the shelter, used therapy services and court services to get orders of protection, and more are included. They have a variety of services they provide to their clients at no cost. Executive Director Tammy Foley says domestic violence can also be financial and mental.
People, I don't think, understand that it's your neighbors, it's the people you're working right next to. People are expecting the black eye or the bruises covered up with makeup, and that's just not the case.
After last week's murder-suicide, 3 children are left without their biological parents. A GoFundMe page was created to support her 3 boys. So far, more than $320,000 has been donated. And if you're being domestically abused, Mid-Central Community Action has a local hotline that you can call. That number is 309-827-7070. Foley encourages victims living in McLean County to call the local hotline before the national one to get quicker access to resources and support. Guys.